Hi, welcome to episode 8. I know that this is probably like a long time that I have not done an episode, but definitely I know what I have left off with you guys, just talking about ju- just like an overview of overcoming of just my whole relationship. And I talked to you guys about it and I went depths in it. And um like I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Like it's something that I have been reverting and going back to for the past few weeks and trying to make it work. And it's been I don't want to say challenges and I don't want to say like very hard because it really hasn't. I'm definitely learning a lot about myself, and we broke up and took some time to self-reflect, and even though it wasn't that much of a time, I personally feel like I am learning a lot about myself. And that's probably like the reason like I haven't done any videos, because it's not hard to be consistent because I still work out and I'm consistent about that. But just making a video, and as you guys can tell, like I have no lashes on and I look crazy, but I thought that I owe you guys a video, and it's been a very long time. And I was really looking forward to April. I saw something a long time ago, probably like a month before, probably the beginning of March, where it was like just stating of like April's like self love, and it kind of gave you like a graph of breaking down just the April for you. Like it went by daily, like saying like, oh, go get yourself some coffee. Oh, go buy yourself some flowers. Oh, like it's pretty much all taking time to yourself. And I was really going to do all that and plan it out and make videos for you guys, but it didn't work out that way. My job definitely has me a lot of, a lot of my time, and then also just like my relationship. And I thought that that was something that I was going to leave in the past. And I was really being honest with you guys that I was going to leave that in the past and I was going to move on from that, because as you can tell my story, that it was very difficult for me on overcoming a lot of those challenges and the situations and things like that. And I had to just kind of like, for the past few weeks, just sit with myself, and that's what I've been doing. So I just want to catch you guys up on a couple things. That April, going into it, I was single, and then I jumped back into my relationship. I started to really spend a lot of time with myself, such as I was in an area for my job that I was nearby a beach, so I started to run on the beach almost every morning and take that time for myself to really enjoy, get some sun, and just be in my inner thoughts. And then, go to coffee shops and be around people. And I started to do things that I would never do. And doing all that, I felt like I was building a whole foundation of myself that, one, I feel like I lost, two, I feel like I forgot, and three, that I wanted to rebuild. And it was for sure an experience. The past 2.5 weeks, I definitely been diving in deep for myself. And for Easter weekend, I really thought a lot about God, and I've been really diving deep into that. There's a couple things on my plate that I do want to do and implement. I don't want to tell you guys because I want to implement them first and then speak to you guys about it, maybe my experience or just overall that what I did, not what I'm gonna do. So that's the reason why I'm like, you know what, let me just do a video for them and have a little catch up, because I know that I've been trying to do a lot of personal growth for myself and trying to really like dive into who I am, because a few months ago, not a few weeks, sorry, a few months ago, I stopped drinking and I haven't drank for, I would say, like 5 months. And um I don't plan to drink. I really don't. I don't plan to drink, but it has me a little bit sometimes in a limbo, because the way that I met my friends was in a party environment, and they're my honestly amazing best friends. Like I love them so much. But I've honestly just been really trying to figure out who I am and who's Natalie, and sometimes in life we do have resets, and sometimes in life that we need to have a reset. So that's definitely something that I've been trying to figure out and do and see what I like and what I don't like. And I know top of my list is definitely working out. And working out is amazing. I like to feel good about my body. I like to feel good about myself. And I don't want you guys to think that I look crazy because I let myself go or anything like that. I'm not here to giving you guys a whole spiel. It's just that I get my lashes done in my home where my home's at, and me traveling, that's a little hard. So I am going to do that tomorrow and get myself a little more dolled up. And I personally feel good about myself when I work out. My body looks good. I'm getting into shape. It's all about self-confidence and self-aware of like who you are and what you do, because if you do things for other people, obviously like it's not really happiness because you're doing it for others. And I that's what I've been diving in deep. For me is just who I am, what makes me happy, and trying new things. Because to be honest with you, like I want to get a little bit out of my comfort zone. I want to, this world is so big and it has so much to offer that um, sometimes we stay in this little bubble that we need to just go out and explore and go out and try new things and see what makes us happy, because you just never know. Like, you may not like rice until you try it and then you do, so things like that. Um, so I've been like really out exploring and kind of like something that I haven't never done before. I don't know why. Um, but I've been doing it a lot lately for the past 3 weeks is going out to eat by myself. And I think in the beginning it felt a little weird and it felt discomfort of not really being alone, but just like, I guess how people would perceive it is like, oh, that person's eating alone or like anything like that. But I really enjoy it, especially like where I was at by the beach, where I was just constantly eating outside and enjoying the sun and noticing that like that really did make me happy. And I was very, very, very like enjoying that, enjoying my time outside. Just noticing that obviously like the sun gives you vitamin D, but for me, like when I free run outside and I get like so much energy and I get so much happiness. So for me, like that's what I really got was in that enjoyment. So now I know that I like to be outside and like eat alone. Like there's a lot of things previously before that I would do by myself. Like, this is probably like 5, 6 years ago, where every Sunday I did me. It was 100% me, where I would get up, work out, come back home, shower, get nice and ready, dolled up, and I think sometimes go to church or um I'm not sure about that one, but I feel like, yeah, there's days that I did go to church because it was primarily on Sundays that I would do this. And then I would go to thrift stores and I would just, run my errands and just get ready for the week. And that's how I started the week. Like, I was so happy to start the week, like, completely fresh, completely just like me, and just, dedicate a day to myself. And it was like getting my nails done, my eyebrows waxed, whatever it was. Like I was genuinely just like super happy that way that I would start the week. And then I would go to bed like nice and comfortable. And then on Monday, be like, okay, back to work. But I really started the week really, really good. So that's what I'm starting to do now is figure myself out. And I do want to circle back with you guys on like my relationship. I am When I tell you guys that I'm figuring a lot about myself is just like a self-awareness of maybe what I want in a relationship. And I currently at the moment, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like I don't know where this is going. I don't know where we are um picking up. I don't want to say it like that, but like I kind of don't, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and I don't want to mislead you guys, but to be honest with you, where I'm at right now is we are having conversations and we're talking, and it's really minimum. And I think because of just everything that I've been through and everything that the relationship has been through, and I've honestly just been really putting up a huge, um I don't want to say it like that either, but putting up a boundary, like, and just really standing by it. So like, and one thing that I'm really standing on strong is my peace. I think I deserve peace. I think he deserves peace, and as well as like just in general, like peace should always be um like mm, like there. And that's definitely something that I've been forefronting a lot is my peace. So making sure that I wake up peacefully, making sure that I sleep peacefully, making sure that my peace is not disturbed, and making sure that I am happy, because I know that previously before, like, I didn't know, but my peace was getting disrupted. And just recently on Sunday, the word and the message of my church was talking about guarding your heart and what that means, and also just like your peace. And that really stands so strong for me. And that message was so heavy because it makes sense. It really does. Like, like you want to wake up peacefully, you want to have a peaceful day, and you want to have go to bed peacefully, because like that weighs heavy on somebody, and that weighs heavy, and it lingers. It really does. And I think he's been noticing that, like, maybe not a change in me, but just the way that I talk and approach things, and have conversations with him is where um that I am really protecting my peace, and I'm really trying to just be peaceful, whether we separate and this is it. And I'm just learning about like me being peaceful about that, and knowing that things don't work, and um just understanding what peace really means. And the more that I read my Bible, and the more that I divvy down deep about what that means to me, it's really just really settling in and coming together like a missing piece of the puzzle. And for instance, I could definitely talk to you guys about um a true life event where today um he wanted to talk about his work, and he was like coming in really hot and heavy because he had a really hard day. And I just said, like, figure it out. And um that's pretty much what it was, like, figure it out, and I'm busy and I'll talk to you later. And before, I think I would be more available, and before I would just kind of like um be more like, oh my god, let me figure it out for you, oh my god, this and that. And I carried a lot of weight in me, and that's why I say, like, I'm learning a lot about myself, because I noticed that I'm definitely that person, just with my friends and just with my family members, and in a relationship where I want to solve it out for you, and I want to carry your problems as and have you be more light about it. And that's something I don't want to do anymore. That's something that I know that it weighs heavy on my heart, and it disturbs my peace. So definitely, when I tell you, like, I know that a lot of you guys might have thoughts about me revisiting this relationship, but at the end of the day, I say this: I pray for him to be happy. I pray for myself to be happy. I pray that God teaches us to pray for the people that are bad, because they deserve prayer too as well. So I'm definitely praying for all that. And whether we just end up as friends, as acquaintance, or people that dated each other, it is what it is. Like, we can't hold our hearts heavy and really have that lingering on us, like, there's some things that we can't control, and there's some things that we could, and we can't do nothing about. If God has a way for us, and God has a path for us, that it's not what we want, or it's not in the way that we want it, then we definitely can't judge it, and definitely can't. Um, at the end of the day, like, if it takes you so much to, like, how can I say this? if God has a way for you, a path for you, and it's here, and then you keep reverting yourself all the way around to get to here, like you're gonna keep going in circles until you want to walk in this right path. And I owe this a lot to one of my coworkers, but we had a conversation. We had a deep conversation. And he told me a story about um, something that he read in a book, and it taught him a lot about life. And he told me that he it's not about going around, it's about going through and dealing with your emotions, going through and not finding a shortcut, because at the end of the day you're just gonna go in circles and you're never moving up. So I that definitely touched my heart so heavily, because I noticed that's a lot of things that I do, and I want to get off that rhythm of doing things over and over again. And maybe specifically, probably like my relationship is like, maybe I should let that go, but I'm not letting it be fully in as I would before. So it's really just minimal, and I'm honestly just at g- finding the peace. And like, probably a lot of you guys would probably say like it's closure that I needed, but I really don't, because to be honest with you, it's not about telling somebody like, hey, like this is not working, both of you guys or whatever. Like, some people do need closure, some people don't, and I want to be respectful of the way that people act on things. But I don't think for me it's closure. It's more the factor of, I do want to try, and I do want this relationship, and I want to make it work. But at the end of the day, like, if it doesn't, it doesn't. There's been definitely a lot of pain, and God teaches us to forgive the people, because I think at the end of the day, like, no one's intentions is bad or to hurt somebody or to do something wrong. Like, something occurred or happened in their life, and I understand that. I really do. And it's kind of funny because, like, I've always been that person where I don't I hear both sides and I understand both sides, and I never pick really a side of things. So I'm more of like, okay, I get you. And I understand, and that's your POV, or that's the way that your mind thinks, but this, like, w- we don't have to agree on people's perspective or how they feel or what how they perceive things. It's about just um respecting them in a matter of like, okay, I understand you and I hear you out, and I think that's just where you leave it at. It's not like diving in deep or disagreeing with them. I read a book that really did help me a lot of just hearing somebody out and knowing validation. So what like how they want to be validated, and that really taught me a lot of how to speak to people and how to understand them a lot better, because sometimes people just want to be heard, sometimes people want um guidance, some people want feedback or anything like that. And it's about, sometimes people are not just going to go up to you and be like, hey, like, I want you to hear me out, or hey, like, I need feedback on this, or hey, this and that. And sometimes people are just like so scrambled where like they're giving you all that, and then you give them feedback and it's like, that's not what I wanted at the time. So we're humans, and communication is definitely key, but sometimes we don't know how to communicate, and we don't know what we want and we need at that time. But it's about learning, and this is what life is, just learning about yourself, about people. And not only, like, I'm just saying, like, I read books about it and to get more information, but I just want to be better for myself. And I think that that's just always like my goal every day that I wake up, is like, what can I do for myself, and what can I learn? How can I be better? And whatever situation happened, bad. So let's just say for today was a bad day or a bad moment. It's like, I think about it. What could I have done better? Okay. And then just leave it as that. Don't settle on it. I mean, don't linger on it. Don't really just like marinate in it. It's more the factor of giving it to God, and just like letting God really take control of that and letting God really handle that. And I sometimes have a tough time, thinking about that and, hearing that out. But I, I really am learning that, you know, there's one verse that I've been sticking by daily, and it's like, don't worry about tomorrow's problems because today's, maybe that's not the right way, but don't worry about tomorrow's problems because today is already like a lot to handle. And that's wholeheartedly true. Like, I've been really thinking about that. So like, if I think about, okay, tomorrow, but I'm like, wait, no, let's worry about today, because we're in present time. So let's just say, okay, today, like, this is what's going on. How can I tackle it? How can I handle it? And just wash your hands with it. And tomorrow's gonna come, and tomorrow's gonna be that day where those problems will be there or get there or anything like that. But like, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the past, because we can't change anything. It's about the future. And it's definitely about being present. And it's definitely about putting yourself first. And it's definitely about protecting your heart and being at peace with things. And I'm learning all about that. The more that I talk to him, the more that I'm diving in deep into myself, the more that I'm reading my Bible, the more that I'm hanging out with friends, and the more that I'm just definitely just living in the moment. Because I noticed a lot where I was kind of walking like a walking corpse, where I was just at a place and just lost. And I don't want to feel like that no more. I really don't. Like, I really want to be more present for me. And like I said, the more that you do things for yourself is the more that it's that's important. And I leave you guys today with, put yourself first and try new things and communicate and trust God. Really trust God and the things that he does for you, and the ways that he shows up for you daily. That maybe you don't see it, but he's definitely there. And talk to him, because he's definitely hearing you. um and maybe he might not answer your prayers now, but he's definitely holding on to that, and he's going to give it to you when you're ready. So understand all that. And that's something that I'm learning. And then the next episode, on episode 9, we're gonna recap, and it's gonna be May, so we'll see each other in May and see what I got asked for you guys. But see you guys, and enjoy your day.